Good evening. This is Weekdays with Wendy. I want to read to you today's calendar selection. Flee the evil desires of youth and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart. This scripture comes from 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22. Now, we don't always consider this passage, flee the evil desires of youth, as a favorite one or a heartwarming one. But when we think about children, what's the number one thing that kind of comes to mind? If we were going to think of the mistakes that children make or the things they need to mature from, what would it be? Well, we know that children think of themselves first. They tend to believe the earth revolves around them. That's not a sin. That's how they learn. That's how they encounter and grow, and it's curiosity that expands their worldview. What is evil is if we never grow beyond it. If as adults we continue to think that everything and everyone revolves around us and we only think of our own needs first. Flee those evil desires. Pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the Lord with a pure heart. I came across a story recently about 4-year-old Nico Lemley. Well, he lives in Ottawa, and his mother Brenda took him and his younger brother, 2-year-old Santiago, and his older 6-year-old brother, Sebastian, out for a walk. Now, of course, it's cold in Ottawa. They went down to the Rideau Canal, and it was frozen over. Well, 4-year-old Nico brought along his best buddy. It was a stuffed animal, a fawn, Bambi, but he named it Rudolph. And so this was his most cherished toy in the world, but he let his younger brother Santiago carry it. When they got down to the fence that protected them from falling in or to the frozen canal down below, Santiago took Rudolph and chucked him over the fence. And there was Rudolph. They could see him way down below, lying on the ice of the frozen canal, but there was no way they could get to him. And so they came back every day, and as the snow continued to fall, they would see him become snow-covered, and finally they could still find him because there was a little mound of snow where Rudolph had landed. Well, they tried to think of ways they could access it, and they couldn't come up with any. So finally, it was 6-year-old Sebastian who suggested that his mom put out a cry for help on the internet. And out of the hundreds and hundreds of people who saw their plea, one of the groups that saw it was the National Capital Commission of Ottawa, and they managed the canal. In fact, in the winter, when it's frozen over, they call it the skateway, and it's really seen as the world's largest skating rink. And so they have a skateway guard. They notified them, and they put them on the lookout. Be on the lookout for Rudolph. They told him the general vicinity, and sure enough, they found it. And after Rudolph was thawed out and cleaned up, he was good as new. We aren't called to just consider our own needs. We're called to have pure hearts and think of the needs of others, including 4-year-olds who lose their stuffed animals. If we can help, why not help? I know it blessed Nico, but I'm sure it made the day of the skateway guard as well. It's time for us to grow up, consider the needs of the world around us, and think of the ways that we can pursue righteousness, faith, love, peace. Call upon the Lord with a pure heart. How can we bless the lives of others, including little 4-year-olds and their best buddies? I hope you have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow evening.